Hey everyone, welcome to our video for today. First of all, I would like to apologize to you for uploading this super late, but take comfort in the fact that I am uploading, and even though it's late, I was like, I cannot let them wait for me because I know that some of you tomorrow are gonna be like, hey, I was waiting by the phone, blah blah blah. I know you guys, so let's just go ahead and get started real quick. This homework is about positive and negative numbers, if you haven't noticed already. So we have question number 1. Fairbanks, Alaska experiences very cold weather in January. At 8 a.m., the temperature was negative 10 degrees. That's something you should have annotated. At 8 a.m., it was negative 10 degrees. The temperature dropped 3 degrees per hour for the next 5 hours. What was the temperature at 1 p.m.? I'm always going to tell you this. I love number lines. We literally use them for almost everything. So, draw a number line. Draw your number line here. The temperature was at negative 10 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and put that it was a negative 10 degrees here. And if it dropped 3 degrees per hour, the keyword here is per. That is a keyword for multiplication. Okay, so if it's dropping, then that means that we're going down, right? For 5 hours. So if every 5 hours it drops 3 degrees, so think about it this way. If it's 1 hour, then how many degrees is that? Well, that's 3. If it's 2 hours, it's 6. 3 hours, it is 9. 4 hours is 12. And 5 hours is 15. So in total, it dropped 15 degrees. Or you could have simply just said, oh, that's just 3 times 15. So if the temperature is dropping, what you're doing is it's going down. In other words, it's getting colder. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this so I can make more space. So if I'm at negative 10 currently, and if I dropped 15 degrees, well, I'm going down 15 degrees. So think about it. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And if we count that, if I put my numbers next to it, then this is negative 11. Let's make it a little smaller. Negative 12, negative 13, 14, negative 15, negative 16, negative 17, negative 18, negative 19, negative 20, negative 21, negative 22, negative 23, negative 24, and negative 25. The temperature then at 1 p.m., this is 1 p.m., was C, negative 25 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so I hope that you got that correct. Let's take a look at question number 2. We have a submarine began the day 240 meters below sea level. That is so important. 240 meters below sea level. We know that when you are below sea level, so we remember, if you're at sea level, so if I draw a quick picture over here, if you are at sea level, you're at 0. If you're below sea level, this is all the negatives. If you're above, then it's, that was so ugly. If you're above, then you are positive. So he's at below sea level. So that means that he's at negative 240 right here. Okay, and I can even draw a number line again. I can have this here. Then I have this middle is my 0. And then it says it descended 40 meters per hour for 3 hours. The word here is descended. When something is descending, to descend means to go down. Descend means to go down. 40 meters per hour for 3 hours. And then it said it then ascended 30 meters per hour. So you were at negative 240, right here. Then you descended 40 meters per hour for 3 hours. And then you ascended 30 meters per hour for 5 hours. So basically what's going on is you're here. You went down 40 meters every hour for 3 hours. And then you ascended. But if descended is to go down, descended is to go up. So from that moment, then you went up 30 meters for 5 hours. What was the position of the submarine after the 8-hour period, measured in meters? So we're at negative 240. So I'm going to go ahead and draw this a little differently so that you can see it better. And I'm just going to go ahead and draw you the visual. And I'm going to have you come up with the final result. And I'm going to draw the number line here actually. Let's just go ahead and draw that real quick and see how that ended up. So if I have my number line here, make it nice and straight line. Done, done. Okay, so let's put the sea level right here. So you were at negative 240, so that's about right here. And then it says you descended 40 meters per hour for 3 hours. So if you think about it, if it's going down for 3 hours, then you went 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. So now we're here. Well, how many meters did it go down? Well, you're going to go down 40. You went down 40 here. And then you went down another 40 here. And then you went down another 40 here. You first have to tell me, well, what is this? What is his current sea level now after he went down negative 40 degrees? Okay. And then after that, it said he ascended. So this is him. This part here is him descending. So this is him going down. Then from that point forward, then it said he ascended 30 meters per 5 hours. So he went up 30 meters for 5 hours. Well, think about it again. We can go back. That's 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, and 5 hours. He went up 30 feet. Up 30, up 30, up 30, up 30. And now he is currently here. This question is asking you to find what is his location after the 8-hour period. After he went down for 3 hours, and then he went up for 5 hours. Okay, this visual should really help you understand this question. And I'm going to go ahead and leave you with this task for this question. This is question number 2. It says, Sam and Pam participated in weight loss program. Okay, it says, Sam lost 5 pounds per month for 9 months. And Pam lost 4 pounds per month for 15 months. What integer represents the total weight loss of Sam and Pam? So the first thing that I notice is that it's asking me the question for the total. And total, if you didn't already annotate by now, is a keyword for addition. So I'm adding 2 things. What exactly am I adding? Because I'm adding the weight loss of Sam and Pam. So I'm taking how much weight did Sam lose, and I'm adding that to Pam's weight loss. Well, let's look at Sam's weight loss. It says she lost 5 pounds. The word lost is a negative keyword. In other words, it's going to be represented by a negative integer. So then Sam is going to be negative 5, and Pam is negative 4. Well, what is negative 5 plus negative 4? Remember that a negative plus a negative is going to equal a negative, right? And if you don't know, then like I said, then use your number line. Or you can use your chip model. Because you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 negatives here. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 negatives. Then you ask yourself, can you make any 0 pairs? Remember that a 0 pair is a negative and a positive put together, and those 2 make a 0 pair. But you can't because you only have negatives, right? Oh my goodness, I made another mistake. Goodness gracious. That's not going to be on the test though. I forgot to note that Sam lost 5 pounds for 9 months. So every month she lost 5 pounds, which means if it says the keyword here is per, the keyword per stands for multiplication. Therefore, if she lost 9 pounds for 9 months, then you should have had negative 5 times 9 plus negative 4. How many months did Pam lose 4 pounds for? 15 months. So a keyword here is per again. So times 15. So in other words, you're going to have 9 groups of these. So can you imagine that? All right. Well, that's fantastic. So now we're going to go ahead and take these 2 and let's go ahead and multiply them. And once you find the product of those 2, now we go ahead and add them. Okay, I want you to keep in mind something though. A negative times a positive. What is a negative times a positive? Make sure you use your tic-tac-toe. What is a negative times a positive? Put your positive, 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 negative, 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 negative. A negative times a positive is a negative. And they're both negative times positive. So keep that in mind. And then at the final end, add them together and give me your final total. Okay? Tomorrow, what I'm going to look for is, did you get the correct answer here? Okay? On to the next one. We have Tina is hiking in the Grand Canyon. All right, Tina. She began the day 15 feet below sea level. There we go again. To be below sea level means to be negative. And ended her day 4,300 feet above sea level. To be above sea level means to be positive. You guessed it. How much higher did Tina end the hike than she started the hike? So how much higher did she end the hike than she started the hike? So basically what they're asking me to do is the following. Let's draw a number line again. I love number lines for this. We're at 0, means that this is sea level, right? She's at 15 feet below sea level. She's about right here for her to begin. This is below sea level. And then this is above sea level, of course, if you're above 0. And then she was at 4,300 feet. So how much higher, that keyword there, when it's asking for how much of this or how many of that, or the difference between, how much higher means to literally find the difference between her initial sea level and her final sea level. So basically what we're trying to find is the change of heights between those two sea levels. Okay, what was the difference between the height? What was the change basically? She's at, well, think about it. If she's at negative 15 and she went up to 0, how many feet is that? Well, that's 15. And then she went up another 4,300. So what was the total change? What I'm looking for is that exactly. I'm going to go ahead and leave you pending with that question. And then also, I'm sorry for uploading the video late, guys. Again, like I said, I apologize. I actually was running very late today. We had meetings at school, and Tuesdays I dedicate them to teaching at my church. You guys don't know this about me, but I teach 7th grade at catechism for my church. So every Tuesday, that's where you'll find me. Okay, so thank you all so much for being so patient, for waiting for the video. I know that some of you rely on this, and I appreciate those of you who take your time to watch the videos and take your time to really study for your STAR exam. Remember, as of today, we only have 39 days left. Every single moment counts. Okay, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have an awesome evening.